Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and today this is the next step, or the next step, as this is going to be a part 2 of the previous balance adjustment. Currently on the Japanese Pokemon Unite website. I'll put the link to this in the description for anyone who is eager. But without further ado, let's get into what changes they're going to be making. So the update will be performed 4 PM on Thursday, December 26th. Of course, this is going to be different time for everyone. Like for me right now, I'm Australian, so it's currently the 26th, so I'm not too sure when, but probably tomorrow sometime this will be out. But yeah, let's get straight into the changes. So first up, balance changes is the main thing. And already, Eldegoss buffs, that is amazing. Kufundango, I'm assuming, wait, learn level 11 to 10, Cotton Guard Plus. Oh, okay, so they changed the levels in which Eldegoss gets their moves. I'm assuming that would be for all of its moves, right? So like Cotton Spore, Cotton Guard, Pollen Puff, and Leaf Tornado. So now they get those plus moves at level 10 instead of 11. That's actually really, really nice. Solid buff to Eldegoss. I'm quite a fan of that. Because a lot of other supports just get theirs at level 12. So having Eldegoss get like upgraded healing and stuff at level 13 or level 11, sorry, just felt a little bit worse in comparisons like Clefable, who gets like upgraded Moonlight and stuff. So this is a very nice change to Eldegoss, and I'm a huge fan of it. Next up, we have Sword Blaze, which we already know is Ceruledge. Sword of the Heart. I'm assuming that's Bitter Blade. They increase the damage by 10%. Ghost Dive, that'd probably be Phantom Force, damage 5% increase. And then Psycho Cutter, wait time 7 seconds to 6.5 seconds. Due to the previous downward adjustment, the damage dealt was less than expected, even from an all-rounder. So we have made positive adjustments, mainly focusing on the amount of damage. So little bits of damage buffs here and there. Ceruledge is already good. So getting a little bit more damage increase on his, like, Bitter Blade and all that, that's pretty alright. Nothing game breaking, but that's nice. Next up, we have Buzzwaller, Idiot Power, Baka Power. Base shield amount 12% of max HP is now changed to 20% of max HP, and the cooldown weight has been decreased. Is that lunge? Oh god, well, this is Smackdown. We already know that this is Smackdown because it's shoot down. Wait time 6.5 seconds to 6 seconds. That's pretty good. What move is that? I'm actually not too sure. Super Strength. Oh, Superpower. Okay, we've adjusted the moves Super Strength and Knockdown to be able to compete with close combat Pokemon. Ooh, that shield amount's pretty good, and the wait time decrease is also very nice. So, Buzzwole buffs, love to see it. Next up, Sizzle. We got Bullet Punch, damage increase, and the wait time. Oh, that's good actually, because you already get Bullet Punch quite frequently, so a 0.5 second decrease on that is actually pretty nice. Sizzle's strength is that the damage and defense of its Bullet Punch increase the longer the battle goes on, but it took too long for it to exert its full power. By increasing the cooldown time of Bullet Punch, it will now exert its maximum combat power more quickly than before. And that's true, it'll be able to do it more often by 0.5 seconds, and then it just has a damage increase. So that's very nice. We got Blastoise buffs. Yes! Man, I actually really like Blastoise. What do we get? Surf, wait time is now 7.5 seconds. That is awesome. Surf Plus, shield amount increased by 35%. Yo, that's hella good. Then we got Hydro Palm is now 6 seconds instead of 7. Rapid Spin is now 10 seconds instead of 11. Rapid Spin, defense and special defense increased by 12%. And its Unite move comes back faster. 11% energy required reduction. That is so nice, actually. As its win rate and usage rate remain low, we've adjusted several of its moves upwards to improve its disruptive power and durability in the latter half of the battle. Those are very nice Blastoise buffs. Like, cooldown decrease, more shield, like tankier, he gets to push people around more often. I love those changes, that's so good. Next up, we have Darkrai, so buffs and nerfs, so it seems. Enhanced attacks, oh my god, thank god. Enhanced attacks damage 20% reduction. That is so good, including the extra damage from Evil Plans, which would be his Unite move probably, right? Dark Void has a bit more of a cooldown, which is nice, but you know, it's still like a short hit. It's still very good. Shadow Claw damage increase, so trying to get people off the Nasty Plot and Dark Void build a little bit more for Shadow Claw. But yeah, the damage dealt by Darkray's combination of Dark Hole and Evil Plan with a powered up attack was too high. Good, so it was adjusted downwards. On the other hand, the usage rate of Shadow Claw was low, so it was adjusted upwards. That is fair. Like, this is a very good step in the right direction for Darkrai. I just kind of wish they made it to the Nasty Plot. I mean, that's what it did, right? Enhanced attacks. I'm hoping that includes the additional attacks from Nasty Plot. Because then, that's a really good nerf to Darkrai. Because he just 2-taps any Pokemon. He's just so ridiculous. Next up, Psyduck. Okay. I want to see good nerfs here. Ability Swift Swim. Headache gauge decreased by 25%. That's good. It means he'll get into that state less. Movement speed increased from 70 to 40%. Decreased by 10% every 0.5 seconds. That is very good. State when headache gauge reaches 100. Defensive state is now interference is disabled. State when headache gauge reaches... I'm not 100% sure what that means. But what I hope it means is that he's no longer invincible when he goes into it and he just has hindrance resistance or something. Because him going invincible when he's going into the headache stage is so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious, dude. Like, getting him hindrance resistance would be great. Because, like, he'll be able to get out of the situation very well, too. Like, it's Psyduck. He just really needs a lot of nerfs. He's, like, the same level of Darkrai. He's so ridiculous. Okay, Sadness, damage, okay, so this is disable, damage decreased by 15%, nice, number of times it's spread is 5 before, now it's 4 times, headache state is now 6 instead of 8 times, number of times spread to the same target, 2 to 1 time, that's huge, that's big actually, and then it only goes 2 times, that's very nice, and they increase the cooldown for it, okay, maximum range of his Unite move, I think. No, this would be for Psychic. Maximum range, so they increased the range, they increased how long it pulls people for, and movement speed reduction effect on self instead of 40 is 10%. So that means, okay, alright, so I mean Psychic's a little bit better now, but these two were like the real big issue, right? Just the headache state and then disable, it's just ridiculous. So I really like to see those changes for its ability. Or I see Mimikyu nerfs, but we have to read this first. The speed at which Zuzu, Psyduck, gauge filled up with the self-defense ability due to the protect state when the gauge was full were both too high, so there have been many scenes where the opposing Pokemon had no way to counter the Pokemon. With this adjustment, it will be more difficult to make bold moves that rely on Psyduck. Also, since the impact of Snatch, I'm assuming disable, was still too high, we have significantly reduced the disruptive effect. On the other hand, since the usage rate of Psychic was low, we've improved its ease of use. Very nice changes. I'm very excited to see how this impacts the Pokemon. Mimikyu nerfs. Yes. We have Shadow, which I'm assuming is Shadow Sneak. Wait time, 8 seconds to 9. That's very good. And then Shadow Claw damage reduction, 5%. That's kind of minimal, honestly. But the increased cooldown for Shadow Sneak, very nice. Love to see it. Because the usage rate and ban rate in ranked matches and tournaments had remained high, we have adjusted down some of the most used moves to encourage change in the environment. Mimikyu is still going to be crazy, Play Rough is insane, Trick Room is still really good in lane, Shadow Sneak is still going to completely destroy squishies, and then Shadow Claw only 5% damage reduction. I mean, their basics are still the same, all that kind of stuff, so I think Mimikyu is still going to be great. There's a good what would you say? Good next step in nerfing Mimikyu. But next up, we have Zacian. Metal Claw Shockwave damage reduction. 50% reduction in that damage. Hot dog. And the charge damage is 6% reduction. Man, gutting the Shockwave damage by 50% is crazy. The usage rate and ban rate in ranked matches and tournaments has remained high, so we've adjusted down the main use of Metal Claw to encourage changes in the environment. In particular, we have significantly reduced the damage of Shockwave so that its true value can be seen when he's used to block opponents' moves. Man, alright, that's a very, very strong change. Yeah, so far this balance patch has been so good actually. Like we got Blastoise, Scizor, we got so many good Pokemon buffs as well as nerfs to like Darkrai, Psyduck, Mimikyu, and Zacian. That is insane so far. And the last Pokemon on this list is Inteleon. Normal attack and powered attack damage increased by 12%. So its basics have been increased. That is crazy good. The aiming damage 10% increase, Aqua Break damage increase. So damage increase across the board for its main moves, I'm assuming. So I'm assuming that's Snipe Shot, and I'm assuming that's Liquidation. There was a bug where the critical hit damage of the Sniper attribute increased when the player was KO'd. This adjustment had been made to correct this bug and make up for the missing damage. Oh my god, okay. Man, oh man, oh man, that's very good for Inteleon actually. Like, basic damage increase, and then liquidation, and oh man, that's so good. 10% and 12%. Man, oh man, oh man. This patch is, like, amazing. This is literally a Christmas miracle, what we're seeing here. Like, this is... Man, I have no words. This is so good, actually. And then, of course, last but not least, bug fixes. Fix an issue where Hooper's Hole of Eternity allowed him to warp even if he was interrupted just before the warp fixed. Okay, an issue where Inteleon's vital damage increased when its revival to being KO'd. Okay, yeah, so they fixed the Inteleon bug and then buffed him as well, just for overall damage increase. Man, what a patch. Like, looking at all of these changes and all of these Pokemon, like, honestly, I'm gonna say Blastoise is probably the big winner here. And then, of course, I think the big loser is probably gonna be Psyduck, but... Blastoise, those changes are so nice, actually. Like, man, these changes were so good. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you love this patch, if you hate this patch, if you think this patch is a miracle like I do, this is a very good next step in the right direction. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, if it's good, if it's bad, etc. And as always, I will see you in the next one, and always remember to stay hydrated.